Not gonna lie, I might embarrass myself this video, but I ain't tripping, cause I do anything for y'all. If I gotta embarrass myself to get y'all to learn, that's what I'm gonna do. A lot of people ask, how do I learn characters? Or how do you learn characters so quickly? I have a 5-step process that I use for pretty much any game to learn characters quicker. Now, just a little backstory. Give me 10 seconds of your time. No, 10 seconds, I'm serious. When the game first dropped, I loved the way that every single character felt, and DPS specifically, melee characters just were not my thing. I don't like playing melee characters in general, and putting them on the DPS for me wasn't my thing. But hopping into season 2, we're revisiting some of these characters because I really want to start getting more into them. And that's what leads me here. I thought to make this video because maybe you're doing the same thing. Maybe you want to learn some new characters this season. And so hopefully this video is going to help you out. So the first thing that we're going to do is just hop into practice mode. Now we're not going to do anything fancy or crazy or learn combos or look at guides that say the 10 chips with, we don't care. What we're doing is learning at our own pace. We need to understand what the character even does. Just the basics. We don't care about any intricacies between the abilities. So right trigger, got it. It's a slash. We understand that. R1. Spirit Rend, okay? Don't even know what that is, but it's a dash, cool. Then we got spinning kick. That makes sense. We got subtle steps. Hold X on a wall to run, okay? And then you can double jump. Got it. Can you double jump without the wall? No, you can't. Makes sense. And then spear toss. Toss vibranium to create a vibranium mark on an enemy in the radius. Okay, so what does that even look like? Let me go see. Let's throw it at Luna and see what a vibranium mark looks like. Okay, it's the white thing on her head. What do you do with it? Then we look for it, we find, lunge for it, damaging enemies, vibranium mark produces bonus health and refreshes the ability. Okay, so boom, bop. Eat the mark, but we got our dash back, okay? And we know that the other dash does the same exact thing. Boom, bop. Okay, basically, we understand the character to its basic level. And this is important. This is what we do. We don't care about any intricacies. We don't care about nothing. Follow and trust the process. The second thing that we want to do is hop ourselves into a Conquest game. The easiest way to do that is just go ahead and click this, change mode, change it to Conquest, hop yourself in a match. So why do we go to Conquest mode and not any other mode? What's so special about Conquest? I hate Conquest. Well, we go to Conquest mode because Conquest is a great way to get your reps in with the character. Every single character has a way that they cycle their abilities. This is basically going to be your reps. Just a brief example, when we're talking about reps with Black Panther, the reps are going to be going up walls and double jumping and also doing your vibranium mark into a dash. Those are your reps. That's what you're doing. And so when you're in a match of quick play, no matter which character you are, you do not get the same amount of reps that you do in Conquest mode. Think of it this way. You go to a gym every day, 5 days a week. The amount of reps that you do for your arms or your legs, maybe you're trying to get some nice thighs. Regardless, you're doing only 10 a day, and then you expect results. You expect to be more cut, you expect to be stronger with it, but it doesn't happen, or it takes a really, really long time. That's quick play. However, if you decide to do more reps on the days that you go, your form starts to get better. You start to notice that you're getting more cut. You start to notice that you're getting stronger with the muscles that you're building. That is Conquest. You're able to fight and get as many reps as possible when you do Conquest. This right here is what it looks like when you do not get your reps in. You're gonna notice that I'm doing a little bit of some sus stuff. Like I'm not getting the mark down pack. I'm not executing the mark. Where am I even going? No, I'm just saying, like, what is happening? Like, popping your eye. Now, I'm just saying, do you need a hug, milk and cookies, what you need? Because this ain't it. Look, what am I doing right now? This is why you play Conquest, so you don't look like me. That's what I should rename the title of the video, and just, how to not be like Poppin' Often. Look, I'm just saying, don't be like this guy. Be better than this guy. Like, I'm supposed to be continuing on with this video, but looking at this, it's like I gotta watch you be bad. That's just kind of how you just can't stop watching. When it's so bad, you gotta keep watching. That's a problem. Now, when you're hopping into Conquest, you're not really hopping in to get KOs. You're not hopping in to win. You're just hopping in to be able to press as many buttons as many times as you can in quick succession. That's kind of the goal. So if you're playing Black Panther, you're trying to do as many combo rotations as possible. If you're playing, I don't know, Emma Frost or Doctor Strange, you're trying to get your cycles off as well. If you're playing Cloak and Dagger or Mantis, again, you're trying to get these cycles down so that way when you are in a fight, you're not trying to learn as you're taking those fights, because again, they don't happen as frequently in a quick play match or in a ranked match. It is very slow paced in terms of Conquest, the difference between the two. But when you're in this mode, get that repetition, lift those weights, get it going, because then when you're in a real fight, you don't have to try your hardest to get the repetition down. You already know, like, oh, press this button, press that button, and you're not really thinking about getting the practice in when it comes to how you do it. You're getting the practice in of why you do it. The third step, hop back into practice mode. So now that we understand the basics, we understand the repetition, the cycle of how our character likes to play, we go back into practice mode to see if we missed anything. So we have lunge forward, okay? And we get bonus health once we do that. Oh, we get bonus HP once we do that. I really didn't understand that. I just knew that it reset the mark, right? This is the stuff that we want to think about after we learn a little bit more about the character, because learning about bonus health doesn't do much for you if you really don't know how to use the ability in the first place. The vibranium mark goes with the kick. Okay, so you kick and then they get a vibranium mark. Does the vibranium mark reset off the spin kick? Let's check. No, it doesn't. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind when you play. Let me just turn off the cooldown. All right, the ult does a mark, right? Does that reset? So that does reset. Okay, so what happens if we do like the spear into a dash, into a kick, into a, oop, I done messed up, into a dash? Okay. I see. Okay, how many hits does it take? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you need to do 2 spears and 3 dashes to KO someone. What if we just do the kick? So 1, 2, 3. Ooh, go back up. 4. Oh, it's more damage if you add the kick. What happens if you kick first? I missed somehow. Okay, so it's still the same damage. There's not really any difference between the two. Okay, well, how much damage do we get if we go half HP? Let's check it out. Because remember, our passive is what? You get more damage based off when you're at low health. So let's get low. We don't really know the threshold. You can go on the site to really know everything, but I'm just gonna get low just to prove a point. All right, so we know that 2 spears and 3 dashes. What about now? 1. It's 4. So when I'm lower health, I don't even need to worry about a spin kick. Okay, so what happens if I do a spin kick though? Spin kick into a dash, into a spear, it's the same. So now I know that the lower HP that I get, I don't have to worry about wasting my spin kick. What about the ult? Okay. So an ult into a dash is an insta KO. This is the type of stuff that you learn the second time you go to practice, because the first time you go, you're not going to be able to know anything. It's impossible. You're not going to learn a character and learn the intricacies like this. So this is why you go practice mode, basics. Then we go to Conquest mode to get a feel for how everything works and how to execute everything. Then we go back to Conquest mode because we then can figure out the intricacies and the character's abilities and how it impacts our game. We hop ourselves into a quick play match. The quick play match is going to be slower paced. You don't get as many repetitions, but because you hopped yourself into Conquest mode, you don't need them. You're able to execute what you need to execute because you already had that muscle memory down packed when you were just kind of spamming and pressing buttons. Then once you get into a match, when you need to spam and press those buttons in that specific window of time, you know exactly what to do and how to execute it. If you are a tank, well, how much damage am I going to take? How much pressure can I push forward? Things like that, that can be learned in Conquest mode. When you're a healer, well, how much do I heal? How much can I heal in terms of damage? How much damage do I do? How much damage can I take? These are also things you can learn in Conquest mode. Once you get things down packed, you're able to do way better than you ever thought you could because you already practiced the little basic things along the way. Are you going to be perfect? No, you're still going to end up in situations like this, but this is why we practice. This is why we do what we do. The more you go back and forth between practice mode and Conquest mode, the easier it is for you to learn the intricacies of each character, and you will learn a character like that. Step number 5, we hop back into practice mode and we learn even more. Okay, so what happens if I go on a wall and then I throw and then I dash? Oh, baby. Oh, snap. You learn even more each time. Can I run up a wall, jump off, and then jump on a wall again? No, once you do that, you end up falling. Okay, well then that's not gonna work, right? And the more that you do this, the more that you fiddle and play with all these abilities, the better you get at the character, the more that you know. And this is something that a lot of players do not understand how to do. A lot of people are too hard focused on combos, mechanics, all that extra nonsense. It's not necessary. If you're someone who's like, I can't play Hawkeye because my aim is bad, or I can't play Black Panther because my mechanics are bad. No, that's just an excuse to prevent you from doing it. No matter what your mechanical skill is, no matter what your aiming is, it's not about that. This game is very casual. It's very good at helping accommodate you should you need it. So do not get into that mindset where you can't learn something because of an outside factor that's not having to do within the game in general. I promise you will do way better, and you will learn so many characters that you didn't even feel like you could learn. There is a reason why I can perform better no matter the game. I can perform better on characters and climb higher ranks than other people that have spent countless of hundreds to 200s of hours on their characters. How many times have you seen a Spider-Man with freaking Lord status 4,000 hours on their account, but they're not that great? That's because they don't understand what I'm teaching here. So don't be that person, you know, be the player that only needs to play a character for like 2 or 3 hours and have it down packed like that. Of course, it can still become complicated, especially when you're factoring in strategies for each mode and things like that. So if you do struggle with stuff like that, I give free reviews on my channel, and I also give coaching. So if you would like a free review of your game to know how you can improve better, check out my latest The Breakdown video. That is where I do my reviews, and just comment on the highlighted pinned comment. If you would like coaching, click that join button down below. Not only does it help support the channel and the content that I create, but you also get coaching out of it. If you do not see the join button down below, check in the description. There will be a link for you there. And at the end of the day, if you enjoy this content, make sure you subscribe. No, subscribe and then hit the bell, because you're not going to be notified if you don't hit the bell. So hit that bell, that way you're notified, and you'll be getting all the juicy goosey tips that I drop. Until next time, you know what I always say. Think you guys are doing what? Popping often. Will often.